Hi, and welcome to our third webinar in our series by Dr. Karla Wade. I Want to Go to College, a guide for youth and young adults with intellectual disabilities who want to go to college. This webinar is brought to you by the Georgia Inclusive Postsecondary Education Consortium, and I am Susanna Miller, the statewide coordinator for the consortium. Just a little bit about Dr. Karla Wade. She has been an educator of students with exceptionality since 1982. She is currently director of the Spring Summer Break Intensives for the Academy for Inclusive Learning and Social Growth at Kennesaw State University and executive director of the American International Leadership Institute. Dr. Wade recently retired from a 30-year career in public education, most recently as transition coordinator for a large Metro Atlanta school system, where she had also worked as a classroom teacher and as a vocational coach. We are so excited to have Dr. Wade here. Just a little bit about the Georgia Inclusive Postsecondary Education Consortium. It is a project of the Center for Leadership and Disability at Georgia State University, and the steering committee consists of individuals representing a variety of organizations, including Georgia Colleges and Universities, the Georgia Council on Developmental Disabilities, the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency, the Georgia Advocacy Office, and the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. We seek to create opportunities for students who have not historically had a chance to go to college and have a post-secondary experience, and we are working throughout Georgia to create more opportunities for students.
Thanks, Susanna. I am so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be sitting with you. I want to congratulate you on all the good work that you have done. In a few minutes, we will talk about all the different programs that are now available in Georgia through your good work. So I just want to express my gratitude to you ahead of time. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We're excited about what's going on in Georgia.
I am too. So today we're going to talk about those options, both national and local. We're going to talk about some vital skills. What do you need to do to get ready to go to college? We're going to talk about things you can do in high school right now that can lead to independence on a college campus. We're going to talk about succeeding at your college interview. We're going to give you some apps that can help you be successful, and we're going to talk about how to put that all in one place in your transition plan. So, you want to go to college? Good news for you. There are lots and lots of possibilities for places for people with intellectual disabilities to go to college. Here's a map from a couple of years ago, but I can tell you that now there are more than 200 colleges and universities all over the country that have programs specifically for people with intellectual disabilities who are not going to go to college in the usual way. In Georgia, there are lots of opportunities and more every time we talk about it. Right now at Kennesaw State University, there's a program called the Academy for Inclusive Learning and Social Growth. It started back in 2009. It's a 2-year certificate program. Students that go to this program audit classes with their typical peers, and they participate in job shadowing and job development activities on and off campus. Those are supported by student mentors, students right there at Kennesaw State University who are hired to help the students in the academy become more independent in both their classes and their work sites.
And just to kind of throw this out there, the student mentors really do take on a friend role. They become your friend. They become your buddy. They're not there to be your mom and make sure you do everything you're supposed to do. They're there to really help be your friend and help answer questions and help support you. So it's a lot more laid back than being at home under your parents' house and their roof.
That's the truth, Susanna. And talking about your parents' house, the next question will be, can we live in the dorms? At Kennesaw State University, the answer is yes. You can apply for student housing. You can live in the dorms. I will say that the student mentors are not available for you in the dorms like they are in the classes and on the job site. But the RAs are especially trained to give you the kind of support that you need, and they really want you to be successful there. So student housing is a choice. Susanna, what else is going on in Georgia? What other schools are getting ready to open programs?
We've got a lot going on in Georgia, and it's pretty exciting. And there's some schools that are creating programs that will be available in the next, let's say, year and a half. And then there are programs that it'll be a few more years. But, I mean, I'm excited. There's the University of Georgia. I mean, who wants to be a dog? I'm going to be a dog. I'm going to start my master's program there in the fall. So the University of Georgia is starting a program. Columbus State University is starting a program. For those Yellow Jacket fans out there, Georgia Tech is starting a program. And East Georgia State College down in South Georgia will be starting a program as well. So this is pretty exciting news. We've got a couple of other colleges that are just starting out on this journey, but there's some pretty good colleges too, I would say. We've got Georgia Southern University, Georgia State University, the University of West Georgia, go West, and Albany Technical College. So those are the ones that have put their names in the hat. I'm sure there's some others out there who are thinking about it, but we're really excited that this is going to be an option for lots of students in Georgia.
Wow, Susanna, this really is exciting. So often when I meet with young people, when I talk to students in IEPs, they say, I want to go to college. My brother went, my sister went, my mother, my father went. My friends are going to college. I want to go there too. The answer is no longer no. Now the answer is yes. Yes, you can go. We're going to talk about how you can get ready.
Oh, let's see if this will work.
I think I have a heart in college because I've been so many.
So we encourage you to go and look at this video. There's a little technical difficulty in trying to get it to show, but here is the link, and we encourage you to take a look at this when you're done with this webinar.
There are resources on here for students and for families and for teachers, all kinds of information about how to help you get ready to go to college. One of the things that you can do on this website is go to their database. If you want to know if there's a college in Colorado, you can look for a college that way. If you want to know how many colleges have a 2-year program, you can look that way. If you want to know if a place in Utah has dorms available, you can look at it that way. This is a place where you can get all your questions answered about inclusive college programs. Go to thinkcollege.net to get information on all kinds of stuff. So getting ready for college, going to college is an experience, an adventure, and you want to be as independent as possible. One of the ways that you can be independent is to find out what kind of technology helps you do what you need to do. At college, people are all the time using their smartphones and their computers to keep up with things on their calendars, to set reminders, to plan out how they need to be working on projects. Go ahead and do that now. You probably have something due in one of your classes. Put it in your calendar on your smartphone. Use email to communicate with folks, to ask for meetings, to give information. Text and tweet and use Facebook to give out information about you and to ask for information about other people. On the college campus, quite often, a class change or an assignment is communicated by a text. Hey, we're not going to meet in the classroom today. It's too pretty. We're going outside. Meet by the gazebo. That's a text you might get, or somebody might put it up on the class Facebook page. So get familiar with working with technology. Susanna, will you talk a little bit about some technology that could be helpful in independence in college?
Yes, I love apps. Apps can help you do a lot of things. They can help you plan events. They can help you keep up with your notes. They can help to remind you to take your medicine. So there's a lot of apps. I can't tell you the number of apps I have on my iPad or on my phone. But these are some of my favorite apps. I use Evernote quite a bit. It allows you to keep up and organize with notes, with to-do lists. You can take pictures of things. You can upload documents. And it helps keep notes in one place. And you can sync it with your phone, with your tablet, and with your smartphone. So I can type up my grocery list on my computer. It'll sync with my phone, and then I just pull out my phone while we're at the grocery store, and I can check off what I've gotten. It's great.
I love that. That's a great idea.
So you can also keep your notes from class, and you can set different folders. Like this is from biology class. This is from my first year experience class, and you can do those things as well. Dropbox. It's a great app, and it helps you to have access to your documents and share folders with others. So I can save things to my Dropbox on my computer, and I can open them on my iPad or on my phone. I can send an email and attach documents from my phone. I can save my pictures from my phone to my Dropbox. And you can also share a folder. So Karla and I can have a folder together, and we can put information about these webinars in the folder, and I can edit something and save it. Then Karla can go back and just pick it up instead of having to email each other documents and getting confused into which version we have. We can save it into the same folder and open up the same thing.
Yeah, that's really useful.
And then you've got GoTask, which is helps you with your to-do list and the tasks that you need to do. Karla mentioned text messaging from professors and getting out information. Remind 101 is a great application for that. So we'll use the professor example. Your professor can set up this messaging account and have a name for it. It could be Dr. Smith's Biology 101. That can be the name of the group. And your professor will get a code. And then you would take your phone, you would text the code to the number for the group, and it would save everybody's information. So then if the professor wants to get information to you, they would just text one text to the special code, and it would go out to everybody. So it can be classes canceled, I'm sick. It could be class has been moved, we're going to the lab today instead of having it in the classroom. Or we're going outside. So lots of things can be done, but it's a great way to communicate in a mass way.
I love that, and nobody else gets your cell phone number.
Right. And then Dragon. Dragon is great. If you, it is a speech to text. So that means you could speak into a microphone on your tablet or on your phone, and it'll type out what you're saying. So if you have a difficult time typing, or if your thoughts come quicker and you can talk quicker than you can type, this is a great app, and you can get it on lots of devices, and it really does help with getting all that out. So I love it, and there are lots more, and maybe we'll do a webinar one day on useful apps.
Those are great apps. You should try them all. Here's another tip. When you go to college, your professors are not going to love if you ask them, is it okay if I don't do this assignment? That's too hard for me. What can I get away with not doing? Instead, change your thinking around that a little bit. Ask yourself, how close can I come to what's required? So start now. Do that now. You're probably in a class with your peers, with your typical peers. You're probably in a gen ed class. Start right now saying, no, I want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to try the hard assignment first. Let me see if I can do it. Give me a chance. Also, consider not getting as many support services outside. Consider how much you can do on your own. If you have a speech teacher, a physical therapist, a OT who's coming and pulling you out of class, try saying this. Try saying, I want to stay longer in class. Can we work out a different way for me to get the support that I need? That would be a really good way for you to find out how independent you can be. So who should be responsible for these things? You notice that Susanna and I keep on saying you, students. You are the person who's going to be responsible. You're the one that's going to be going to college. You're the one that's going to be taking the class. You're going to be responsible for that. I know you rely on your parents, and your parents are going to be there for you. But see how much you can take on for them. You're not going to be taking your teacher to college. Your teacher's going to stay right there in high school. So less responsibility on your teacher, less responsibility on your parents, more responsibility that you're going to take up. So you have a transition plan. You go to your IEP meetings, I'm sure you do, and you have this transition plan. You know how it goes. They start with the current functioning. They talk about what you're good at, what you struggle with. And then they launch into that transition plan. That's where they ask you what you want to do. Where do you want to be? What direction do you want to go in? Put input there. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you're willing to do and how hard you're willing to work. Then they're going to write some goals there, and they're going to write those IEP goals. Those should be guided by your transition plan. So you're going to tell them, I want to go to college. I want to go to college. I want to write some goals here that say I'm getting ready to go to college. Let's talk about what some of those goals would look like. In your transition plan, you have all these domains: education, preparation for employment, community involvement, adult living and post-school options. You've got related services. You've got daily living skills. Your IEP coordinator needs to write in each of these areas something that you're going to do this year to help you get closer to that goal of going to college. You're going to be there. You're going to go to your IEP. You're going to be part of that team. You're going to show up and tell everybody there that you want to be a part of the planning of your future. You're going to speak up. You're going to know what you want. You're going to know what kinds of things can help you get what you want. And you're going to step up. You're going to take on extra responsibilities to become the independent person you need to be to succeed in college. Here's some suggestions for IEP transition plan objectives. So you're going to use some of those apps that Susanna talked about. You're going to say, hey, I want to email in my homework. I want to email it to my teacher to help me practice getting ready for college. I want to put a reminder in my cell phone calendar to take my medicine instead of having my mom say every morning, hey, take your medicine. Did you take your medicine? You're going to take your medicine, right? Did you take your medicine? No, you're just going to put it in your iPhone, and your iPhone's going to beep, and you're going to say, taking my medicine now. You're going to increase your reading level. You're going to get to be a better, stronger reader. You're going to ask your IEP team, hey, please put a goal in my IEP to make my reading better. Under the employment domain, you're going to know what kind of career you want. Maybe you'll take an aptitude test on Georgia College 411 or another place where you can find out what kind of career you want to have. You're going to want to put in some volunteer hours. That's a great way to help you get independent. Maybe you're going to volunteer for your school basketball games. Maybe you're going to work with a daycare or a library, something that you're interested in. You're going to volunteer with them to help become more independent in the area of work. Here are some goals to put in the community domain. Maybe you're going to do better at greeting people that you know and then greeting people that you don't know, introducing yourself to people at your local transition fair. Or maybe you're going to increase your independence riding public transportation, getting a fare card, or finding out what stop goes by your house. And looking at those adult living post-school options, advocating for yourself by making an appointment with your teacher to check on if you still need to be pulled out of the class to take a test, or making your own doctor's appointments. Those are some things that you could do yourself, and that'll help you become more independent. In the domain of related services are those agencies that can help you achieve your goals. So one agency is called VR, or Vocational Rehabilitation. They help people who struggle with employment to get jobs. So you want to get familiar with them. You want to get to know them and what they can do for you. So maybe you make an appointment to talk to them. Daily living skills means what you do every day to take care of yourself. So maybe you tell your mom, don't turn on my shower for me, I want to learn how to do it myself. Maybe, super maybe, this is a really, really good idea. You set your own alarm and you get yourself up every day. You don't wait for somebody to call you and tell you it's time to get up. You just do it yourself. Every day you get up to get ready for school all by yourself. Maybe you're already there. Maybe you want to think about something else that's harder to do. These are just some suggestions, but try to become more independent in everything that you do. So you're wondering, am I ready for college? Do I know what I need to work on to get ready? There is an evaluation that is an interview. It's called the College Ready Rubric. It will give you suggestions for each of those domains, goals, and activities. And it's great to take along when you go for your college interview. Down there at the bottom of this slide is my contact information. If you're interested, send me an email. So let's talk about that interview. Let's talk about how to crush it, how to really be successful in your college interview. They're looking for people in college who want to be in college, who are excited about being there, and who want to succeed. If it's hard for you to talk about yourself, maybe you want to bring along something to show, a scrapbook, some of your awards, a recommendation letter from your principal or your teachers, an evaluation that you have, like that College Ready Rubric, to show how ready you are for college. What are they looking for? They're looking for people that would be a success. They're looking for people who are independent, who know how to ask for help. They're looking for people who are going to complete the college experience to go on and be a valuable graduate, and that already have the skills to succeed or are willing to learn them. Here's a website you can go to for resources, 2 books that are full of suggestions and activities to help you get ready for college, to help you become more independent. And a couple of events, some of which have already happened, but that I'm going to turn over to Susanna to talk about.
All right, well, we had an event that has already happened since this is being put up on the web, but it was the 2014 Youth Transition Leadership Summit, We are planning a 2015 Youth Transition Leadership Summit, and you can keep up to date with that by visiting the same website, www.georgiayouthtransitionsummit.weebly.com.
Susanna, that was a great event. Everybody that came there left more prepared to become a leader in their community and to take control of their own life. So I really, really encourage all the youth out there to look for the next scheduled event and get yourself there. It was a great experience, and the next one is going to be even better. At KSU, there's a program called the Summer Intensive. It's a week on campus. Learners who are interested in going to college can sign up for 1 week on campus. You will go to classes, you will work on a college level writing assignment, you will eat in the fabulous lunchroom.
It's really yummy.
If you're interested in finding out more about that program, email kwade20@kennesaw.edu for a telephone interview.
All right. Well, thank you, Karla. This has been great, and we hope you've learned a lot. If you have questions, you can email me or you can email Karla, and we're happy to help you think about college and your future.
Thanks, Susanna.